Greetings, you gluttonous trolls. I hope you're doing well. My name is Graham and welcome to the Crack-A-Pack here on LRRMTG. Please consider subscribing to our channel. Today, we're opening a pack of Throne of Eldraine. This was given to us, which is nice. There's no name or anything on it. So if this was from you, thanks. Label your packs, please. You can never predict how they're going to fly. I don't know why I retrieved that. There's no name anyway. Let's begin. Youthful Knight. 1 and a white for a 2/1 human knight with first strike. Yeah, I mean, you know, it's annoying. A 2/1 with first strike on turn 2? Yeah. Next we have Opt. Single blue mana for an instant. Scry 1, which is to say, look at the top card of your library. You may put that card on the bottom of your library. And then draw a card. Sometimes the hardest choice is between two wonders, says Gadwick the Wizened. You know, I found out embarrassingly recently that wizened, it's pronounced wizened for one thing, it's not wizened. And it doesn't mean wizened, like it doesn't mean smart. It means, like, old and gray. You can be wizened and a complete effing idiot. So I don't know why we're listening to Gadwick. We just assume that he knows what he's talking about. I would not last long in Eldraine. I'd make too many enemies. Thrill of Possibility is next. 1 and a red for an instant. As an additional cost to cast the spell, discard a card. Draw 2 cards. Yeah. All right. Thrill of Possibility is, like, generally speaking, okay. Maybe you run it if, like, you're like a little short on playables maybe, or you have like a bomb that you really want to make sure that you're drilling through your deck to get to. In this format, there was the whole, when you draw a second card on your turn, or in a turn, the red-blue deck. And so this was a way in red to draw 2 cards on the opponent's turn, and then suddenly make a fairy, or make your creature bigger, or make 2 rats. A lot of cards with that. Bartered Cow. I think we talked about Bartered Cow last time we opened a pack of Eldraine. 3 and a white for a 3/3 Ox, which is different from a cow, but I'm not gonna, yeah, okay, fine. When Bartered Cow dies, or you discard it, create a food token. Poor cow. Poor Hilda. Poor Hilda. Shame about being cursed. Giant's Skewer. 1 and a black for an equipment. The equipped creature gets +2/+1. The equipped cost is 3. And whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a creature, create a food token. So even if it doesn't kill the creature, you're just carving chunks out of it with the Giant's Skewer, which I would call a spear. But a giant is bigger than me, so to me, a spear would to a giant just be like a little, like kebab thing to put on a grill. I'm just explaining why the card is. Let's move on. Wolf's Quarry. And we're eating well today. 4 green for a sorcery. Create 3 1/1 green boar creature tokens with, when this creature dies, create a food token. So it's 6 mana for 3 1/1s, the 3 little pigs. But when each of them die, you get a food. I mean, it's a great way to, like, hold down the ground, right? It's like, chump, get a food, eat the food, gain 3 life. Do that 3 turns in a row, assuming they only have 1 big ground threat. It's so expensive, though. I love this. The monster was gaining on them. Twice it had found them. There was only 1 place left to hide. In the House of Bricks! Go for it! It's not going to work, though, because you're going to turn into food. For me. Yum, yum, yum. Mystic Sanctuary. This was an interesting cycle of lands. This one is an island. Reminder text. Tap to add blue. Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other islands. When Mystic Sanctuary enters the battlefield untapped, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of your library. I'm not entirely sure why they had to template it that way, but I'm not going to get into that either. But yeah, this was, I want to say this was the best one. Like the green one gave you some food and the red one gave you a dwarf, and the black one put a creature from your graveyard on top of your library, not into your hand. But this one, you could just get up to some shenanigans with, I mean, this also goes on top of your library, but still, you know, redrawing powerful spells is a big game. So yeah, Mystic Sanctuary, get in. Outmuscle! Right, this is the one with the Knight suplexing Grizzly Bear. 3 and a green for a sorcery. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, then it fights target creature you don't control. But also, this has Adamant. If at least 3 green mana was spent to cast this spell, the creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. So if you cast this for, you know, red, green, 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 then, or whatever, then yeah, Outmuscle was very, very good. Particularly in this format that apparently, I'm told, or I was informed after the fact, really tried to push you into monocolor decks, and I never once drafted a monocolor deck in this format. I don't know. Prophet of the Peak is next. It's 6 mana for a 5/5 artifact creature cat. He's gonna trust me, this is a cat. When it enters the battlefield, you scry 2. Yeah, sure. Don't love it, but like, yeah, right. Redcap Raiders, 2 and a red for a 3/2 Goblin Warrior. Whenever Redcap Raiders attacks, you may tap an untapped non-human creature you control. If you do, Redcap Raiders gets +1/+1 and gains Trample until end of turn, which was like weirdly more annoying than you might think. It wasn't, again, it wasn't like backbreaking, but it was like, it's a 4/3 with Trample. Stop hitting me. Oh, love this one. Once and Future. 3 and a green for an instant. Return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Put up to 1 other target card from your graveyard on top of your library. Exile once and Future. But with Adamant, i.e. if you spend at least 3 green mana for this cost, you return both of those cards to your hand and exile once and Future. So yeah, end your opponent's turn, just get back to, and it's not creatures, it's just cards, right? Instant speed. It's you're drawing 2 relevant spells that you've already used, basically. This card's great. Trail of Crumbs. This was an interesting one for the food deck. Little Hansel and Gretel action here. 1 and a green for an enchantment. When Trail of Crumbs enters the battlefield, create a food token. Nice to get you started. Whenever you sacrifice a food, you may pay 1. So this is in addition to paying to sacrifice it. If you do, look at the top 2 cards of your library. You may reveal a permanent card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest in the bottom of your library in any order. You can do some shenanigans. You can really drill through your deck with that. Oh, Righteousness. Did we open this last time? I think I said that exact same thing before. It's a single white mana for an instant. Target blocking creature gets +7/+7 until end of turn. It's like, that's big, but it also is only blocking creature. This card is not good. It's okay, but it's not good. And finally, a rare Black Lance Paragon. 1 and a black for a 3/1 human knight with flash. When Black Lance Paragon enters the battlefield, target knight gains Death Touch and Lifelink until end of turn. So, you know, I guess like worst case scenario, you flash in the Paragon and target itself, and then you get to eat whatever you're presumably chumping, though maybe hopefully trading for, and gain 3 life. And that's okay. But maybe you give Death Touch and Lifelink to your youthful knight, the one with First Strike, and then you get to block with First Strike Death Touch and just sort of go bink, and then kill whatever they're attacking with. That would be fun. I don't know, I think Black Lance Paragon's pretty sweet. And the whole pack is worth about $1.42. It's fine. Certainly not the lowest pack we've ever had. I would take the Black Lance Paragon. Pack 1, pick 1. But Trail of Crumbs, Once and Future, Outmuscle, all those green cards. And maybe Mystic Sanctuary, I think are all sort of in the conversation, but no reason not to take the rare here, I think. Again, thanks to whoever. Really appreciate it. And thank you all for watching. If you want to send us a pack that is labeled, just because it's helpful, you can do that to the address that is on your screen. Or if you'd rather support us on Patreon, you can do that too at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun. Until next time, I have been Graham, joined by James on tech. Matt edits these, Heather gets them online, and you all have been watching, and we really appreciate that. So thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye, everybody.